Well, Steve, it's a great honour to be speaking to you tonight. First of all, how's life treating you at the minute?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm trying to get play a lot of golf lately.
So
yeah,
you were doing that at Mac, weren't you? Playing a bit of golf.
That's when I turned professional. That's when I started taking golf up. So
goes with the territory, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So just looking back at your career, Steve, you started off with a few teams around the Manchester area: Chadderton, Mosley, Droylsden, Stalybridge, and then Ashton.
That's right. Yeah.
Was there a part of you during that time which thought, will I ever make it into the Football League?
No, really. It was never in my mind, really. I just wherever I played, I just enjoyed playing for whichever team I was playing for at the time. Yeah. And I gradually crept up from Chadderton. I can't even think. Probably the Northwest Counties then, I think it was called.
Yeah.
When I was at Chadderton, and then I moved to the Northern Premier League with Mosley. Where did I go next? Droylsden in the same league.
Yeah. I think it was Stalybridge then, yeah, that's right.
Stalybridge, that was my first taste of conference football then. I didn't really play under the manager there, Phil Wilson, so I moved back down to Chadderton just to enjoy my football again, and that's when I got a phone call from Sammy to go to Ashton.
That's right. I mean,
so I had about the last 4 kind of months of the season there with him.
And I'm guessing a little time later, you received another call from Sammy when he was he'd just been installed, hadn't he, as manager at Mac?
Yeah. He'd gone from. I don't know whether he got sacked from us. I'm not sure. But the end of the season then at Ashton.
Yeah.
He got the Macclesfield job, and I got a phone call off him. Yeah.
What attracted you to Mac, other than obviously the connection with Sammy?
Well, again, and I grade of football. It was a big step up from where I was at the time, Ashton. And I got on well with Sammy at Ashton, so it was a no-brainer actually.
At the time, I remember that we'd only just avoided relegation from the conference that season before.
Yeah, finished third or fourth.
Yeah.
Well, they finished fourth, I think.
Yeah, we got last minute, last day.
I think you won on the last game, or something.
Away at Wickham.
That's right.
Sammy obviously came in. You were one of his first signings.
Yeah.
Do you remember your debut for Mac, or were we not going there?
Well, I think it was Bath, weren't it?
That's the one, yeah.
I think it was about 5-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was 5-1, yeah. Chris Sharrett scored for us, yeah.
It was a disaster, yeah.
Did you think, oh no, what have I done here at the time?
Well, not really. I knew once I'd doing the pre-season with them and playing with players who were already there, like Soviet, I just thought, right, yeah, they're no better than me, so I didn't think it was my fault, the 5-1 defeat, but...
no, I'm not saying it was your fault, mate.
No, Sammy had to change things, didn't he? He had to get rid of some players and bring his own players in.
I mean, you say that you had to change things. By the end of that season, I think we finished 7th that year.
That's right, yeah.
And we also won the Conference League Cup at Yeovil, didn't we? So ultimately, that was a pretty successful season, wasn't it?
Well, it was from where they ended up the season before. And I'd forgotten about the Conference Cup. Yeah, we won that down at Yeovil.
Yeah.
I think was it 2 legs that? Or was
it
just 1 leg?
Yeah, I think we won the first leg 4-1.
The second leg was during the week, weren't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Terrible. Obviously, we were working as well. It was.
Well, yeah.
What time we got? I think we got back to Mac about 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I had to get back home and then go to work. So.
Well, I bet you wore your medal that day, though, didn't you?
I think I did. I don't know where they are now, their medals.
And then, obviously, building on that, the next season, 95 season, You made 49 appearances, 2 as sub, 13 goals, and we won the league for the first time. I think I speak for all the Mac fans in saying that was one of the best memories ever. And a lot of that is because nobody really expected it. Certainly on the terraces, did they?
No, as players, I don't think we expected it at the beginning of the season, especially. We just had... obviously we had a great... We finished like I say, we finished 7th the previous season. So we just took that on to into the next season, and winning it was fantastic. I don't think the players expected it.
Did it?
But once we were on that run, you just knew. I don't know. You just looking, and the same time when we won it as well, with the team, especially the second team, the second time we won it, you just knew by looking at the players around you in the tunnel. You just knew we weren't going to lose.
Yeah, I mean that first time we won it. I think it was clear from about January time that the Football League weren't going to let us in due to the ground. Did that impact the lads at all, knowing that we've got problems if we do win this league in taking our place in the Football League during that year?
No, because I don't know. I think some of us, I think I was one of included. I thought they would let us share a ground because they'd done it with. Was it Chester or something?
Yeah.
I'm sure Chester.
Yeah,
they'd shared somebody's ground while their ground was, I don't know what happened, while they were getting the new ground built.
Yeah. No, they shared our ground.
And I think they've done it since, haven't they, with clubs who've shared grounds and things like that. So, I just expected to be no problem at all. But obviously, like you say, from January, February on, you got rumours that you weren't going to get in the league.
And obviously, after we won the league and we didn't go up, it turned out to be a pretty horrible summer for you because you had an injury at work as well, didn't you? In the summer '95.
Yeah. Machine tips over on my foot. Yeah, I landed on a worse place. Luckily, it was my left, but.
Well, that kept you out till I think it was about February, wasn't it? February 9th. It kept you out for a while.
I don't know when I'd done it. I'm not exactly sure. When I did the accident, whether I played any games, I don't know. Early on in the season, I don't know. But it was about February. Yeah. Before I came back that season,
And it was just at the right time for you to go and get a medal at Wembley as well, wasn't it?
It was just.
What a day that was!
I was always worried, thinking, "Gee, will I be fit enough to get in the squad for Wembley?" At least it was always in the back of my mind, especially early on when I was just going through the first stages of getting out on the pitch and training with the boys. It was still a bit sore then, but it was unbelievable to play there at Wembley and get fit for there. Yeah.
And obviously, it was a great day for us all, especially playing against one of our Cheshire rivals in Northwich. How much did you look at it and say, well, it was a great day, brilliant experience, but how much, even at that time, was the league the number one priority?
Well, the trophy was brilliant, obviously, the day. It was just, I know it was, I don't know, the fans, I suppose, local rivals, but we wanted like a big London team or something like that, just to get a massive crowd, but... it was a bit disappointing, the crowd, but the occasion and the game itself, and it was brilliant how it turned out. It was brilliant. But the league, obviously, when you're playing that, you're just thinking of winning the trophy. But obviously, it was a big disappointment not getting in the league. Yeah. Because eventually, when we did get in, it's taken 2 years of when you could have been in the league.
Well, exactly. I mean, the following season, of course, we did do in '97. You were top scorer with 18 goals. I think you swept.
That's right. Yeah.
I think you swept the board at the Play of the Year awards night.
I did. Yeah.
How much do you remember of that season, even now?
I can remember some of my goals.
Yeah.
Like I said to you earlier about the team, you just looked, you just knew. You just had a feeling. You just knew you were going to win.
Yeah.
In the tunnel, in the changing room, we just got in. we were just in a rhythm there, and we knew each other's game, where they liked the ball, how they liked the ball over the top into feet, and it just clicked. It was just non-stop, the victories there.
And how much was team spirit a part of that? Because as an outsider, as a kid at the time watching it, you seemed to have an unbelievable team spirit between you all.
Oh, we did, yeah. There was I know some of us were Pricey and Birmingham and things like that, but there was a core of us there, like me, Philly Power, Nelly, Penny, Macca, I don't know, was he there at the same time? I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of all, but yeah, we used to go out regular, and like I said, we used to even then play a bit of golf together.
And you've probably seen, but last Saturday, one of our midfield legends, Danny Whitaker, scored in the last minute against Stevenage. Granted,
I didn't know it was Danny who scored, but I knew you'd equalise, yeah.
Granted, it wasn't a winning goal, but you'll know all about that from '97. That's got to be a high point for you, hasn't it, that game away at Stevenage?
Oh, yeah, that was... I can remember that match as the clearest match ever for Macclesfield. It's just the way they were our title rivals. The ground was packed. There's a lot of Macclesfield fans in the side of the end of the side stand there. And obviously, when going 2-0 down, John Askey sent off. Mm-hmm. And then the comeback was, I can still dream about it now quite easy.
Obviously, when you put the ball down for that free kick deep into injury time, did you have a sense that this is going in?
I did, but even for I don't think I hardly took any free kicks at all for Macclesfield. It was just you just got to feel that everything's going for you, and it did.
And one thing I've always wanted to ask you this, Steve, when the ball did go in, the celebrations where you were sat on Philly Power's back and all that, were they planned?
They were, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
When we were warming up, I think it was when we were warming up, me and Philly, I don't know whether it was on the bus in the changing room or when we were warming up, he said, we were having a chat, I said, what should we do if we score? And I said, well, something like this. I said, well, you get on all fours if I score, and I'll sit on your back with I'll pretend I've got brandy in my left hand and a cigar in the other. And that's what we did for the final goal.
And that's that photo of you sat on Philly Power's back.
Home, yeah. John, he was called John, weren't he?
Yeah, John Rooney, yeah.
Yeah, he had it blown up for me.
All right.
Into on a big car. It's quite pixelated, but he had it blown. I don't know how he did it, but it's about 3.5 foot big, 2 foot or something. So that's still in my house. I've still got that there.
And now
he's got me sat down on Philly's back. Yeah.
And now we know the story behind it.
Yeah. We just planned it just before. It was brilliant how it worked out.
If there was a sad note, though, Steve, to that season, it was the death of Arthur Jones, wasn't it? How much did that galvanise you guys as a team to achieve his dream of promotion?
Well, it definitely spurred us on. I can remember Sammy telling us where we were training at Ermston on the all-weather pitch, and would that be a Tuesday or Thursday night? I'm not sure when we trained actually, but yeah, he told us as soon as that training session, he told us that whenever Arthur had committed suicide. Yeah, so it did spur us on. Yeah. Because he was well liked by the players.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being on the pitch at Kettering away, and obviously we were all singing your name, Sammy's name, but on that day we were all singing Arthur's name as well, weren't we?
That's right. Yeah. Because like I say, he's a well liked chairman. When Cashy came on, he wasn't so well liked, but Arthur was. I don't think any of the players disliked him. So
And then obviously we got into the league. What a great experience that was. You finished top scorer again, 13 goals.
Yeah.
Player of the year again. You may as well not do these votes now, had you? But you did it the hard way, because I seem to remember, didn't you fracture your cheekbone as well and had to wear a mask for a few games?
Yeah. Well, I've just been telling some friends in the cricket club I go drinking in there. I was saying I had one of the worst masks ever in football history, I think, because I broke. It was the second time. The first time I broke my cheekbone twice that year, that season. The first time was, I'm sure it was against Lincoln. I had to have a plate put in that eye socket. So I didn't play then for, it must have been 4 weeks at least. And then the second time I did it, I don't know who that do against. It wasn't as bad. I didn't have to have a plate in it, but for some reason, I was still training and everything, and they kept saying, don't head the ball in training, but I couldn't. I was mad for winning games, so I couldn't resist heading the ball, and they kept telling me off. And then we made our way down. It was against Barnet when I played my first game.
Yeah.
And on the way down, I'm trying to think of the Scouse physio.
Oh, Pete somebody, wasn't it? Pete?
No. Pete Evans was the fitness... Not Pete Evans, Pete... Oh, God, I thought... Pete was the fitness coach.
Yeah.
And we had another Liverpool lad who was the physio. Steve...
Right.
I can't think of his name.
No, it's all right, yeah.
Anyway, on the back of the coach, he said, we'll make a mask for you to protect your cheekbone. I said, right, are you going... And he's like a slab of warm plaster of Paris kind of thing. He just put that over my eye socket, and moulded it round, patted it down, and then it went hard over the journey. And they cut like the worst eye out ever, and cut 2 eyes through with a pair of scissors or whatever, and put some elastic round the back. And then it was just white, plaster of Paris. And then when I was coming out for that game against Barnet, all the Barnet players were laughing their heads off.
I seem to remember. I was going to say, I seem to remember you scored that day as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and all the crowd were calling me Quasimodo and you ugly git and all things like that. So they had. When I scored, the mask was off and swinging around my head, yeah.
But in a lot of ways, so that photo of you with the mask on, that almost exemplified everything about us at that time, didn't it, in terms of the against all odds mentality we had in that team?
Well, it was, yeah, because, we must have been on the, I don't know, lowest budgets. We were just training on that school pitch, I forget what it was called. And no real training facilities. And epoxy protection mask like
that. Obviously, we finished second that year, didn't we, behind Notts County?
Yeah, behind Notts County, yeah.
What a great achievement that was. Is that the high point of your career, football-wise? I know you've had a few.
It's that promotion, the conference promotion, the trophy, the Stevenage game, scoring against my hometown team, Oldham. That was another highlight. There's a few, yeah.
And obviously when we moved in to what is now League One, like you say, you scored, that was our first win that season, I think, at Oldham. I know we got relegated, but let's be honest, we weren't that far away, were we?
Football-wise, no. Even when we were talking between ourselves, football-wise, we never really got drubbed and never really got out football. It was just like the quality of the strikers we were playing against. If they got a couple of chances, they'd stick them in the net. Whereas we were obviously the same bunch of lads who were there the previous season, 2 or 3 seasons. So it was just a bit of quality up front where we were lacking, really.
And I think that one of the main factors which endeared you yourself personally and quite a number of those players of that time to the fans was by, I think, your own admission, not the greatest players in the world, but what you did give us was everything you had. And people recognise that.
Yeah, especially, I'm speaking for myself now, that's all. Wherever I played, I was 100% all the time. It didn't matter how much I was getting. That's why when I was playing at Chatham and Maudsley, the league didn't bother me. The football league, I was just playing 100%, the best of my ability, every Saturday. Yeah, and the boys then, I think most of them were the same. Yeah.
When we did slip, sorry, mate.
Go on, and the team spirit, it was just, you just wanted to. If somebody got hurt in a tackle, next tackle you wanted to put 100% into that tackle just to sort your mates out there. Yeah, so it was brilliant.
And then obviously we did slip back down to what's now League Two.
Yeah.
And when Peter Davenport took over, you had a bit of a stint as coach with John, didn't you? With John Askey. Was that always the plan?
Yeah. What? Sorry, Bob.
Was that the plan in terms of at that time, take up a coaching role at Mac?
No, for me it wasn't.
No.
I was never. I was never interested in it really. It just wasn't for me coaching.
Rather be playing.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what you did do, isn't it? Because when you did say goodbye to us at Mac, you moved back for a time at Staley Bridge.
Just had one season.
Yeah. How hard was it for you to leave Mac after all those wonderful years?
Oh, it was sad really when I was leaving. I knew I was leaving, even though they hadn't really told me. I think everybody, I just knew that was going to be it on that last game.
So, Steve, obviously, you know as much as anybody what our Football League status means to us. I'm guessing that you're following us at the minute. You'll be wishing us all the best in our current fight, won't you? I'm guessing.
Of course I will. Yeah. I'm hoping they stay up there. Yeah. And they've got closer to the other teams, haven't they, lately?
Yeah, they have, yeah.
They were about 7-8 points away at one point, weren't they? But they're within touching distance now, aren't they? Especially the third team. It's at Yeovil now, I think.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, they just sacked the manager, aren't they? So whether they get a bit of a bounce off a new manager, we'll have to wait and see.
It goes back to what we were saying, though, doesn't it, about against all odds mentality?
Yeah, it does, and that's what he's got to instill on there, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've got, mate.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure it can be done.
Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you about the good times we had with you. For me, I'm so happy that I know now about that celebration at Stevenage.
Yeah.
And
it was great how it worked out. Me and Phil have been talking, like I said, about it when we went 2-0 down. Even during the game, I said, we can forget that frigging celebration, Phil. But like I said, when I scoring the first goal, there was no thought of doing a celebration because we just get back. Let's see if we can get another. And then the last minute, we'll get that celebration out, Phil.
Steve, you'll always be a Mactown legend. You're welcome back anytime, and thank you so much for doing this.
Right, no problem, Bob. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot.